Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next video of our geography series, or you can say next topic of our geography series. जो हमारी geography series चल रही है उसके next topic को आज हम लोग करने वाले हैं. In the last topic we have done the Indian soils, and from today we are going to start the oceanography. So in today's class we will discuss the basics of oceanography, that is basics of ocean structure. That could be continental shelf, continental slope, continental rise, abyssal plains. So everything that we will discuss, and we will also discuss about UNCLOS. Okay, so these are the two things that we will be discussing today. And it is requested to all of you to please do make notes. Okay, कृपया करके notes जरूर बनाएं, because the notes you are going to make at the end of this course, at the end of the series, is going to be very helpful to you in revision, because remembering all the facts and all the concepts by seeing the videos only is not easy. So when you revise your notes again and again and again, it will be very helpful to you, and everything will be get nicely struck in your minds, so that could be helpful to you. And in this series, as you know, we will be discussing all the important facts and all the important concepts. So for anything, if you are if there is geography in your syllabus, so must do refer these videos, because these are going to be very helpful to you. So let's start today's video, that is about oceanography. So as you all know that 71% of Earth's surface is covered by oceans, or you can say is covered by water. 71% of Earth's surface, and in that 71%, you can say out of 96.5% of the 71% of water is in ocean only. Water in ocean. That is 71% of Earth's surface has water. Out of the 71%, the 96% of this, the 96.5% of the 71% water is in ocean only. That is rest only 3.5% is fresh water. Only 3.5% is fresh water. So when we talk about fresh water, the highest amount of fresh water is, let me make it space a bit. I hope 96.5% is in ocean, and only 3.5% is fresh water. Okay, so where can we find this fresh water? So first of all, the highest amount of fresh water can be found in ice caps. That is 70% of this 3.5% is in ice caps only. मतलब जो 3.5% और इसका 3.5% का जो 70% फ्रेश वाटर है वो किसके अंदर है? That is inside ice caps only. That is the ice cap is the storage of highest amount of fresh water. Secondly, second amount of fresh water can be found in groundwater. That is 29% of this 3.5%. So most of that is 99 point of fresh water is either found in ice caps or either found in groundwater, and rest all the rest all the sources of fresh water just comprise of only 1%. And when we go from decreasing trend towards decreasing trends, from highest to lowest, highest lowest, so highest amount of fresh water is in ice caps, second highest is in groundwater, third highest is in lakes, fourth highest is in swamps and marshes. This is highest amount, second highest, third highest, fourth highest, fifth highest is in soil moisture, that is the moisture present in soil. Sixth, I am writing here, you in your notes you write here only, okay, after 5 only. Sixth highest can be found in rivers, and seventh in atmospheric moisture. Atmospheric moisture. And why I am giving you trend, this decreasing trend? Because this was asked in exams before, and it has chances that in various exams it could be asked again also. Okay, so you should keep this in mind. that highest amount of fresh waters in ground is in ice caps, then we have secondly in ground waters, then lakes, then swamps and marshes, then soil moisture, then rivers, and then atmospheric moisture. Okay, so this is the pattern of the water present in the earth. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Now let's move to the shape of ocean. Let it be sea level. Sea level. How the ocean is shaped? So this part is land, okay, normal land, normal continental land. This sloping, this mild sloping is known as continental shelf. Continental shelf. Here to here, this mild sloping is known as continental shelf, and it comprises of 7 to 9% of ocean. Then this slope, this uh, this steep slope, this is known as continental slope. From here to here, the portion is known as continental slope. Continental slope. It comprises of about 6 to 7% of overall ocean. 6 to 7% of ocean. Then from here to here, the everything which is eroded from this continental slope, from this shelf, comes down here and get deposited. Okay. And this deposition is known as continental rise. And then you will find the ocean plains, which are known as abyssal plains. These are the ocean plains, and these comprise of around 80 to 90% of ocean area. So this is the overall structure of oceans. This portion, the mild slope, is known as continental shelf, and this steep slope is known as continental slope, and all the things depositing here is known as continental rise, and the plains are known as abyssal plains. So I hope you understand this, and this is the normal sea level. Now we will discuss all of these in detail. So first of all, we will see about continental shelf. Continental shelf. So this continental shelf is rich in minerals. Rich in minerals such as iron, manganese, titanium, gold, titanium, gold, platinum. So what continental shelf is very rich in minerals. Here you can also find rare earth elements, rare earths. This region only has the highest biomass productivity of the ocean. Highest biomass productivity of the ocean. Productivity of oceans. And why is it so? Because as you can see, this region is not so deep. The light can penetrate in it. Okay, there is penetration of light. So when there is penetration of light, that region is known as photic zone. So it is photic zone. That is, light can penetrate there, and if light can penetrate there, obviously there will be high productivity. So this is why there is high biomass productivity in this zone. This zone is rich in petroleum and natural gas. Rich in petroleum and natural gas. And the very good example is Mumbai High, of the Mumbai coast. Example. So, so you should also add the definition of continental shelf here. How it can be defined? It is the subsided part of continent. Subsided part of continent with gentle slope gradient. Subsided part of the continent with gentle slope gradient. gentle slope gradient. So this is what continental shelf is. So I hope you understand. Now let's move to continental slope. But before moving to continental slope, let's see about marine food chain, because a lot of marine food chain is found is this continental shelf only, because it is the highest biomass productivity region. So let's discuss a marine food chain in brief. Marine food chain. So in this marine food chain, at the lowest level, the producer level, you will find phytoplanktons. For phytoplanktons, you will find zooplanktons. Then we have nectons, and then we have marine mammals. And equivalent to nectons, we have benthic organisms, and we have other amphibians and reptiles also. Amphibians and reptiles. So this is the overall marine food chain. Now we will discuss a little bit of all these. So what are phytoplanktons? So these are free floating plants. Free floating. Zooplanktons are also free floating, but they are animals as compared to plants. These are not plants, these are animals. Phytoplanktons, you can understand by name only, phyto and zoo. Next we have nectons. So nectons are generally swimmers. These are swimmers, free swimmers, such as fishes, sharks. These come into necton category only. Now I must describe nectons a little bit more. That is, there are two kinds of swimmers. First one is pelagic, and next one is demersal. So what pelagic is? Pelagic means shallow swimmers that swim on shallow waters. Shallow swimmers. Shallow swimmers. For example of this pelagic is tuna, mackerel. So these all are shallow swimmers. Now demersal are deep swimming animals. These are deep swimmers. Deep swimmers. Example could be cod, haddock. These all are deep swimmers. This was about nectons. Now we all know that amphibians and reptiles are present in oceans. We will not discuss that much about them. And what are benthic organisms? These benthic organisms are bottom dwelling. That is, they walk at the bottom. Walk, or you can say bottom dwelling. They walk on the bottom surface. For example, this could be crab, free floating is different, crab, prawn. So these all are types of benthic organisms. Now, at the highest level, we have marine mammals. So what these marine mammals are? So these marine mammals are normal big mammals which we can see in ocean. For example, those are whales, seals, whales, seals, dugongs. So these are the things which we found in the ocean, or you can say marine food chain. Also, you must know what sea grasses and seaweeds are. So first of all, what are seaweeds? So these are the macroalgae. Seaweeds are generally macroalgae, or sorry, not macro. That is, we can see them. They are big in size, macroalgae, or you can say these are floating plants. For example, you can found these seaweeds in huge number in Sargasso Sea. Secondly, we have Sea grasses. Sometimes we should know the difference between them also. What are the difference between seaweeds and sea grasses? So sea grasses are flowering plants. These are not algae. These are flowering plants. Flowering plants. That is, they will have roots. They are flowering plants. They will have roots, and these can be generally found in continental shelf. Example can be found in continental shelf. This is about sea grasses. So seaweeds are macroalgae, they are floating plants, and sea grasses are flowering plants having roots, which can be found in continental shelf. And seaweeds can be found floating anywhere. And for example, most high amount of seaweeds are found in Sargasso Sea. So this was about the marine food chain. So I hope you are able to understand all the things, and all the terms are very important. It could be pelagic, demersal, benthic organisms, nectons. So you should know these terms and do make the notes. What are these terms? Because many times we confuse with these terms. So that will be helpful to you. So we did continental shelf. Now we will move to continental slope. Continental slope. So this is the subsided part of continent with steep slope gradient, as the continental shelf was a gentle slope gradient and continental slope is of steep slope gradient. Subsided part of continent with steep slope gradient. Here you will find no deposition. No deposition occurs due to continuous mass movements, because the slope is steep, so there is continuous mass movements. Nothing can be deposited on this steep slope. No deposition occurs due to continuous mass movements. Here the geomaterials deposit as at bottom. The geomaterials are not able to deposit on the slope, they deposit at geomaterials deposit at bottom, and this place is known as continental rise. You can find submarine canyons in on this continental slope. Yeah. These are formed due to turbidity currents, formed due to turbidity of currents, or you can say turbidity currents formed due to turbidity currents, and these are always perpendicular to coastline. Always perpendicular to coastline. So this was about continental slope. So through a diagram, because I have written about continental rise here also, so we will discuss what continental slopes and continental rise is. So you will have a clear concept from that diagram only. So this part is continental shelf. This part is shelf, and this part is the slope. This part is slope. So here only you will find submarine canyons, because there is lot of movement mass movement. So these submarine canyons are formed here because of the turbidity of currents. As currents flow downwards due to mass movements, they form canyons. You can find submarine canyons. And as there is no deposition, because you can see the slope is steep, so there could be no deposition, everything falls down. And when everything falls down, they get deposited on this part. And this part is known as continental rise. So that is what I try to understand you. So when these canyons bring down variety of materials due to mass movements, all these materials get deposited into this part, and this is what known as continental rise. So I hope you are able to understand what continental rise, and these parts are abscissal plains, abyssal plains. So I hope you are able to understand what self is, what slope is, what abyssal plains are, and what are continental rise. So this was about continental slope and continental rise. Now we will see about abyssal plains. Abyssal plains. So these are the oceanic plate made of basaltic rocks. Oceanic plate made of basaltic rocks. Here, and why they are made of basaltic rocks, we all know that due to volcanic eruptions. So that we will discuss when we will discuss the plate tectonics theory and the ocean and in detail all these things. So we will discuss there only. Okay. So here you will find polymetallic nodules in the abyssal plains. Polymetallic nodules. So these nodules are of diameter around 7 to 10 centimeter, and these polymetallic nodules are rich in various types of minerals, or you can say various types of elements such as manganese, iron, nickel, cobalt. So 70% of these polymetallic nodules contains manganese, and other iron, cobalt, nickel comprises around 30%. So India has also get the permission to extract these polymetallic nodules, mine these polymetallic nodules from abyssal plains. So from International Seabed Authority, International Seabed Authority, given permission for India to mine polymetallic nodules in central Indian Ocean basin. Mine polymetallic nodules in central Indian Ocean basin. So this was about abyssal plains. So generally here polymetallic nodules are important. You should know them in detail, and generally you should know the elements. Generally they are rich in manganese. You should be knowing that. So this was about abyssal plains. Now we will discuss about UNCLOS. It is very important. UNCLOS. We will finish it in this video only. UNCLOS. So its full form is UN Convention on Laws of Seas. United Nations Convention on Laws of Sea. It regulates sovereignty of nations over oceans. Regulates sovereignty of nations over oceans. It facilitates right to innocent passage. Facilitates right to innocent passage. It has created three institutions. Created three institutions. The first one is CLCS, that is Commission on Limiting Continental Shelf. Commission on Limiting continental shelf. Second institution is ISA, that is International Seabed Authority. I am writing international in short. This is international. International Seabed Authority. And third one is ITLOS, that is International Tribunal on Law of Sea. Law of Sea. So these are the three bodies created by UNCLOS. Now you will see through the diagram the structure of uh, the zones. Said that could be continuous zones, baseline, everything will be discussed in detail. Territorial waters, so you know everything, all these things, but we have to discuss. This is the shore, okay, and up to this 12 nautical miles, this region is known as territorial waters. This is surface. Surface, this is the shore. Territorial waters. Until 24 nautical miles, it is known as contiguous zone. Contiguous zone. This is 24 nautical line from baseline. This is baseline. And up to 200 nautical miles, it is known as EEZ, exclusive economic zone. Okay, this EEZ is exclusive economic zone, and after that, high seas starts. We have high seas, which is global common. So now we have to know certain things. So up to this 12 nautical mile, where we have territorial water, this is national airspace. National airspace. And over this, we have international airspace. Okay, we have international airspace, so you should be knowing this. Now, there are certain things in territorial waters. We have complete sovereignty, complete sovereignty of the country. And in continuous zone, we have limited sovereignty. That is, up to this from 12 to 24 nautical miles, we have limited sovereignty. That is, we can't stop innocent passage. Can't stop passage. And this, in this EEZ, we have only economic sovereignty. We have complete economic sovereignty. We have complete economic sovereignty. That is why it is known as EEZ, exclusive economic zone. And after that, we have high seas, which is global common. So when it comes to global commons, you should know. I'm just writing in the next page about global commons. There are generally four global commons. That is high seas, Antarctica, Antarctica, and you should know here that Arctic is not global common. Not global common. Antarctica is only global common. Then we have space and moon. So these are the four global commons. You should know this. Okay, that is, all of the world has similar rights on those. Okay, nobody can say that moon is ours. No country can say that space is ours. Antarctica is ours, or high seas are ours. So these all are global commons. Now, one more thing you should know, that bed is, that is seabed is governed by ISA, that is International Seabed Authority. But water is governed by International Maritime Organization. International Maritime Organization, and not by UNCLOS. It is not by, water is not governed by UNCLOS. Bed is governed by International Seabed Authority, but water is not governed by UNCLOS. It is governed by International Maritime Organization, which is a separate UN body. Correct? UN body. So this was about the oceanography and UNCLOS, which we needed to cover in today's lecture. And I hope you understand all the things which we discussed today. So that is all for today. Please do like, please do share, and please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on regular basis. रेगुलर बेसिस पे ऐसे वीडियोस को बनाने के लिए काफी हार्ड वर्क लगता है. And if you like, if you share, if you subscribe, it motivates us to make more such videos for you regularly. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.